about them to say. No, there are quite a number of media houses, quite a number of institutions are now the ones I listen to. So this is one of the standard questions that you visa for across all the countries. Yes, this particular survey. In the police one better so first. This time I like I'm showing you say and the police war ebe form now, so still no more that so as number.
I don't know what share himself kumba form.
Oh, say I mean, we'll share, for instance, some of the actions that be here Adam Pare, take over now. I mean, the image that he's trying to create to the police, and some of the actions I will take care. Now, just feeling say Bianca, the for, but I mean, because they see the police almost every day. They interact with them. Sometimes they come when I go to talk to Mukra and I say, Muslim as a police for it. Now, almost will be out to drive and it will be a teacher. So,
101.3 Wontumi Radio, Nyamin Saum.
Hello, Mausi. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, boss.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah.
Just idea in try. We are not to see one so Office of the Presidency, and that's for number 2. Nipa 55%. Then I say most or all of persons in the Office of the Presidency are corrupt, and 40% say some are corrupt. Even all the some really most
A carbon cry.
Almost 95%. Almost did say, almost 95%. Almost did say the Office of the.
Yeah, what did you see from them? Their reasons why I think so.
Okay, so because we didn't ask that kind of follow-up questions.
Okay.
Follow-up questions. Because questions because you interview but it takes a very long time.
Okay.
The huge volume of the questions. So we can't ask all questions, but we are there like it just put it to the fore, just to stimulate the kind of discussions. But in terms of some of the reasons, I mean Ghana they're very dependent. They read into things. I mean they read news, they see what is happening. The NPP government, and as the office of the president, the NPP government, when it came into power, even before the king, they made a lot of promises. They were saying they were going to deal with corruption. And so far, I mean, OSHA cases still to be empowered on which are dealing with that.
Yeah.
Even within their government currently, because people come up, the allegations that come up, and then even whilst the allegations are being dealt with, then. The office of the presidency will even collect some of these people, and some of these people end up being moved from wherever that they are in their offices, even to the office of the president. What does it connote? Connotes that you are trying to protect some of these people. They've been found to be, and I said they are alleged to be corrupt. And so all these things here, Ghana they know what is happening, and then they expect the government to be able to take action to deal with corruption. But
101.3 Wontumi Radio, Nyamin Saum.
Wow.
How the last Auditor General, the issues that came up with him the other day when he was the Auditor General, who said we were really pushing to get a lot of things done right. You see how many set charges have you and we would say yes charges. I don't think there's any. And so people look at all these things and then come to that conclusion. So I mean, even though they said a lot of things about I don't think that they are seeing
much has been done.
Much action even from the office of the presidency. And so we are there. The citizens will look at to evaluate or respond to this particular question.
Oh, okay. It is a more yes and I don't know, sir, to find out how they think it can be kept. And as one organization, you do that work too.
Okay, so once there were several institutions anti-corruption agencies they are dealing with some of these things. all banners to say you come to say if anything the office of the special prosecutor.
Yeah.
Asambe peso. To say other investigative bodies here before that now are supposed to be part of the whole architecture of fighting against corruption and even ground corruption but Omuna, I mean, I said Adams said they have to work around to fight corruption. But I mean, we've not seen so much of these things being done. And so we shall find in Democrat, people believe that there's that kind of impunity. Someone I find that kind of impunity. Ordinary citizen, BBCC, one should be doing there 30 years. And so among for who like they deprive the whole country and as they deprive the whole communities of certain resources. Those people don't end up being jailed and as they didn't even go to the extent that they retrieve and as they properties, to that extent. Public Accounts Committee, I don't find this about every time. But I mean, how many of these?
Wow, line.
Wontumi 101.3 FM.
Recommended in jail or Manasseh just to serve as a deterrent. I don't think that any of these things are vigorously being done. It will create even if they want to do something and they will think twice about it. None of these things are being done vigorously, and so I should be able to see more muscle. But the whole point is that as a civil society organization,
all right.
But what we can do is to provide evidence of what people are
thinking about the government.
And then to constantly also put pressure on government, just for them to also do what is right in terms of trying to get some things right with how they govern, trying to get some things right with some best practices and the other. And I mean, you see our queen to have this kind of conversation. And so, yes, the area to contribute towards, the fight against corruption is to bring a survey. Access. I mean, these are what people are thinking of. These are all the evidence. And you need to look at it just recently. So, I think it's about last week or so. Standard social service and so another survey by I know for more and for experiences with any perception of experiences with this. And so these are all very dominant because also if people are seeing that the office of the president is number 2, members of parliament are number 3, judges are number 4, tax officials number 5. The 3 year the arms of government are only homes are corrupt. And so it means that we are just going back and then and it's not helpful for us because these institutions are they should work to improve the lives of the people. But if you are working for yourselves and then you're not working for them and then you are stealing from them, it's not good and unhealthy for our democracy.
Okay. Right. Sida, me da say no pay. Mausi Dumenu, a senior programs officer, CDD Ghana, on the Afro Barometer report recently on the buy no and abo hon komono 2 minutes na nongoche abo foko yanko
kana tiesi dwam sikwaso
kana tu
Mamprusi train. Chuku chaka. Yoko Mamprusi.
Abusia for the work at how do I be so the chain consistency in control na betina bacho na bakone na poso if you ha oba e twedi ti aka no o b d ya just say obia bedidi na just say yet the daily guide the worker tabeshase ama etiefo enti bosheba bema ye daily guide the worker
guide
we daily guide the worker taso na chese edi mu na efe pa ne fa efe nyina ne se special abrobika akwesi Peter yes, say you will do Jubilee House. Now, what do Jubilee House?
On your
was officials bi watete biribi de afa wo no mu sɛ ketase hyɛdeɛ bi nto kɔhwem wato nsa afro mu mate sɛ skata nkyɛ mu a wama wo mu bail anti wafrɛ wo no mu atiati wo no ma no na deɛ gu ani mu fɛfɛɛfɛ a meka ho asɛm deɛ minister ya wɔ no ɛna hwɛ lands and natural resources so kyerɛ sɛ galamsey ko no wonye mu wogu so kutam enti ama wo makɔ akɔtɔ boat susha ahodoɔ bi a wo no bɛbɔ mpɛmpɛ wo nsuo so ahwɛ sɛ wɔni a wo no mu etufum agudi ɔkwanbɔne so no ebetimi abɔ yɛ ho ban na yɛsi wo no mu kwan kora nti subonto bɛ num ana mpelifo nyame adom aba akɔnya bi di aba nti ministry no ade aba no wɔ hɔ ade yɛse Tama West nadmo boss say ya charge no yɛse fraud case bi awasam ɛwɔ krata nanim na wohwɛ soro de a ɔso ɔchima youth na defend ɔchehene ano nso wasam ɛwɔ hɔ ana afe adjose dachi
John Ampontuakuma.
Ora John Ampontuakuma honorable. Lawyer Sabia Baba Tuja no say wo mu apa NDC for hontoma. Ache say wo mu say Bank of Ghana akwa akotwa sika and also enya no kre. Enti wansem wo de Baba Tuja. Ora to force na so okokan no. Na oyino ba asem bi ha me. Say honorable members.
Yemi ni supervisor we are akone how no do I mean chena
Yanko Ghana Times Democrat anim na yan hwede anope wono so edeba ye na kratafa to so duasa mienu ana suafo a oba de asase yantam ani mododo de nyina wo dada no na wo hweso eda mayen eyoni monyafo Samuel Abujinapo na afokwe di kan ya sadada ni nyina ne se so bonto baako enum asisi a yate gumu a yade boye nsu wansuwa ene yensa ase wo ban wo mamo na makoni ase nyina so kuntunu kwase na gala ni nua kwa mise wo muguso a eye ho adwuma no ho bambo no ho nsem no anopei Ghanaian Times nso edebi aba na enroda enkrapopo ne mantamu Christ the King asafo mu o ho no mo ye de pa omampani na ado danko kufu ado ne da ho no ena afi bishops upon bishops ena wonu mo kohia ye na eno mampani dia tudwa wo kyeremu se National Cathedral ho nsensem no akwa bibie wo ho ewo manmu no ebre na anie ebire we ya na ebetimi esi asafo no na abo my Ghana ebire we pa ho a ebire bie ne ho no mo a saada kura ye betimi esi nti ebire we no ebire papa National Cathedral no ye betimi edi esie kratafa to so dunsia ewo Ghanaian Times mu omampani nsam no eho na abehwe bia kenka bia free na kratafa to so ensonso na net company for na ekasa ye yenyina monkane ho nsensem no anyina mahoode no na mo kyeremu se enkrofo bi na makoni aseso a wonu mu hwia tere se edu se wonu mu betu aboache bidin wo mu ko na makwa akotu ante bosumi bia no 8.5 million Ghana choppable gangantua cedi ene ebo ho ka enti wo mo muntu atua na mo wia no sa sika wei na bosumi bia net company for wo mo boka na napko hwehye ya bedom Ghana bebu amebu na sisi unemployment yi etwam se twam kabie eno na Ghana ban kire se sa dwumedie wei program no eba ye no 2.2 billion Ghana cedis any sika pudu a empanifo de boss adwumedie wei ho bra kratafa to so aduonu enan e Ghanaian Times mu nso ene de sansem no ebaaye
ma memfa the finder the worker tantra so ametiefo finder the biaba na wo hwe ni mu a fe na mampani foni enso ada ni mu esoro ho ana o che se mampani asisi dia se se bibiman ye be ya ma bibiman aya akono enti kata first to so nwotwe wa kirem ana Bank of Ghana pani a woda no ni mfoni da honom 22 billion na owura ato forcing ekokan ye no eno achemkire se ente sa da biara da ndi asema wo ka no kure bia nim ana ayeba interview we ye no yes say 84% of Ghanaians and also elections nti se kire wadwen ye kamam ka bia mamu no manfo dodo no ape dodo no a ne pe ana wo hwe ni mu nso subonto no aba no ewe ni madam say ministers no obi atim bi
No, my show.
Minister na mu no. Samuel Abujinapo on the team o kan free hono ba on the toast.
Was it ne fear dey say? Now say friends.
You know, mampo you know.
Kwame Eje ana.
Kwame Eje. And na go shefita no so eja and the deputies ne ba ko. Nti na ne wan samanyen. Nti ensem no the find that the worker times more the buy.
Anya na me the daily statement so betra so na no pay ahwede ono so e de buy ye. Na Bank of Ghana Governor Dr. Ernest Addison ni mfonyini ena da honom wono. Ni nyina ne nsem ba kwa ene de kuma wa mrahye bedwefie tenetene wono monsa na wa mo kire mo so matwa sika bia gumu a no eno ena o kire se Bank of Ghana ntwa sika bia free ba bia engu ba bia. Daily statement man and then some way be abanti krata fano the otosumienu je na Dr. Ernest Addison nen sama waka no onso kenka be free ho esan se wo yo man Ghana ni na ase wona mo so National Cathedral ehon sensem no a omanpani sema wodi tu dwa se ebre na nie ebre we ne betimi esi asafo no na aboa ede nkaboma ba Kristo summu daily statement so ede bi aba na asuru wona mo so ana subonto a enei yapa maku enum na ebebo yensu wansu wano ho ban na yensa no na ada ho no mo saa amada chinchirima so aba beto no ehon nsam so daily statement so ede bi aba na emebu no a won mo free wachema so no won mo dwalai won mo buafu se ene betabiru sika puduo pa na de bekwa kwato asase yantam se wo de ba be ye dwapade obakwa na kwa brane ede tuo evidence kan evidence kontimba adan ya langasefo ehun samone so anopei ensem bebere ka we hu na daily statement etintim bi ede bi aba
kepko say in MC na wasamba
mayo CTM mayo
CTM now yonko the new crusading guide so the new crusading guide the worker tanso de bi aba enne anopei wo hwe animu a dia wadi abeto animu no ye Jubilee House e do twan mfuni dia ba abeto asemo aba se nhwehwemu bi jumaifo bi wo honom a special prosecutor susu se wacho mo asem ye say NDA fo nti no asem wacho sa afro ma say wo hwehwem nti ye nya na ma nhwehwem nti mampani so akasa National Cathedral asema aso chechi mu na no de atudwa na say National Cathedral no ye he dan hye brese ye di mfinhye se na esi mampani bo boss ka say amahudo bi wo a wo di mfinhye wo ha duo wo twe ene esi wo mu de ebi di mfinhye wo ha ne akire bi di mfinhye duo wo twe ne akire ene esi wo no mu de enti ya de no
ye hye
brebia ya de nuru sa nuru mfinhye bebre sa de enti 22 billion na owura to force ko kan ye no Bank of Ghana be chirem say nya no kre mfuturo na ya na ebinim tatuo na bia na ono so ahye ase wo tu bi sa na ye Lance Minister as they say 5 speed boats no so wasem ewani
all right Maye okay
akama asem na na mesemeka
dabi ade asem
oni ba asem bi ha me say ye were honorable members e were hanom
honorable members were hin
e were Ghana ye ji wonum tu so
and I was ye dey
a journalist
ye ji wonum tu say omi honorable members but e bitimi tena baabi na we din trot fe just say we din trot akono
there no ho be ye pepepepe
obra nya no kre na in the name of politics no twa tro timi trase ahwe Ghana say tna se hwe sa honorable members wenum amam koso ai sa nyema we ya wa we ya dabi gombe kanse
so we din tro na musumuti ana
ani ba Ghana for do na
so we din tro na manfo nti ase ko mojaidi
say manfo hu
by that appears people buy into these lies or propaganda or what have you call it and no musu so they are motivated to do it every day so we ye and manfo expose mu a especially the media no I didn't him say the okanya no krepa but you give him or her the opportunity to say it na abaye a topic for discussion it was about to aso da bia
na ahemba asabia me say Mensa Thompson ekotwa bi no won ko hwe mu minim say na ya sa
we nya se ba we say how anope asema ha me pa no muntie ni yi say petrol bo na say
akona ni
petrol bo koso obia gitum se ne mamu aye den
pa
and obia so gitum se owaso die se obebo aban no ama we get back to the normal times and ayetim no Kumase Metropolitan Assembly Mr. Womo and Yaman SCC 2008 no Momon San Shasi Kumasi Abu. Last week I see video no way from Abosheba Mame. Last week taxi drivers bear 50 and I bet Paki Omuka ewe nim hanum. Omase mina itiawa. Post phone came before Chichiumu. Me hey. I will not subscribe to driver from Paki Basabasa Dumune, the Central Business District. But I'm praying when you ask yourself, say, hey, the driver for no Paki. Kajetiana, you know. Cars do a bit me a packet at a time. Our ho, Omo workshops, and Omo Kota 108.
Hey,
108. Central Market yebu na have go kufu adama ye dua gu for ye siri fofo bia station wo ewa dum ene ne mpota mu bia no KMF4 ama mu permit from Pampa so Unicorn House onimu ho on crowd de wo de ko they say champagne ni ayin fie won ma ho nyum nyina mama mu permit se omutumi gina mama mu permit awie no na mo ka cho mo se omu cars ne doso etima mu nyina ho at a time to mo ko nya wan ma ko chichi o
why na nko fie na why na nya adwuma
ene petrol bu aiden covid ni Ukraine wo yi ama obia ho kire no adum na ankasa susu no came from provide parking lot to be our ho parking lot to be any ho
na le mo ko jina he
among for shops you expect people to come there and buy oba beto ade a o de car na beba owie no okọ obefa car na akọ
pa
car na mama mu permission so mu nyina ho emfa ni pa so a wo se dos nto obegyina wa na ma che no mo bu sa na 100 cities 200 cities wa nya na mo ni police for aka mo na mo de ne kokọ 1500 ni akọje no
eh
troubling up with the hardship e wo kro manum sesi a why are you doing this
around 430
Oliver
you see me ntiase until see be Central Market phase 2 yi na I am told say benya a parking lot bit ma container cars be 1,000-2,300 at a time no ose ma driver for no enyina adum finfiri wa ehe no munyina
eno ne asem no
so ba bi mu nkogina montre omu ontre no wa man permit say otimi run a taxi station e wa adum finfiri o man permit one ka say car 10 one ka say 5 one ka say 2 what the money we are now you tell them say omu cars ne doors nti oba na say bia be 5 for parking one ma onko round the side ko pin say ebi be ma na 2 a no aba be parking
na tell be ko be say e na say bi
ade we nyansa di
o be saba no mu da so siwa no ye
there
you see nobody is subscribing to say driver for be parking basa na say made na pavement so tonton ye ma but the neighbor be aba be do no they have no option First of all, the new makers be a identify satellite markets in media momu. But these transport operators, one mama permit, mujo muska every month is a quarter beyond betia. Uya no say to one question.
no was a jiniska siga so bi way
also ni nyina so
if you are not in normal times, if you nya baby e di omu kwa kwotena, if someone mama permit so omu operated that transport stations no there. Honestly, enye driver for the enqua. Me, Samuel Pine. He is yet to live up to my expectation. The entire ye de etiemu sampaio ema mampani susu tie bi. Onya mampani enu adum nya nyankopon enu adum e bondi askere me boss no. He is yet to live up to some of us our expectation. Wa hwe yo bobo abraba says bebo ya oja okọ came back kuma say ba say ya. You should wake up. Enye na for 7 party asem.
Debi.
you should wake up. But driver for the day, find a lasting solution to it because obiba beto ade wo aduma obefa ka na ba owie na okwa obefa ka na akọ. There should be a transport terminal within those places now moton ne ma no.
Yeah.
Anyway, mon from the instruction na mon so renko.
What's my okay ya tete sem. Ama said you okay ya.
Petro boy den. Bibia aboa kosoro. Then nipa na dwuma na oyen kakra zo twetwa na ho no so na wo sa overburden na ka ho. Sika igrambo zo came task force for na post for bi akabo momojiji. Enko aban ho. Enko aban ho.
Enko 100 200.
Aliba na asem EBC.
You know, it's very disturbing.
Enko.
Asem EBC wo adum da be lodu amuta lodu ona post for no e be twa omoje kakra de show mo hokọ. Ana na no post ni bi beto do aba ni bi a wa lodu. Wasi di machi. Odi na chi ni ko gina baabi. Am said ye ohwehwe won ho wanya nti wose bra. Amrewa ane nkokra atimu. Obi okra no awayare ni patim. Oma daba ni di na chi sa passengers ni tim sa de no ko wura Central Police Station MTT di fo nche ho. Ade no ko wura baabi a masala chi ni wo. Ana oma no kokko gina no se si passengers no. Ana passengers say si free Central Police Station. Esa nanti say sani ya saba Unicorn House ase honom. Woma boss ni na nwi say amrewa wom. Ebi ane maame ne papa no esa so ewom. Obi owo ebi ane ho dodo no okọ baabi ewom. Enti sani pansa nanti sa fa wia so emfi Central Police Station. Ansa mesene sam na wo che no na wo ma ne si wo mu. Ana uma wo mo pe ka fofo na nkai dey. Because the police ni was a police uniform nti.
Mate
what decide we dinipa because was a uniform.
Mate say me wofa kwakudia ene ye operations director of operations and operations director of KMA. Me po am ni be din komo sa de manema we nyina no. Ye pe kumasi ni ye. But obi take advantage of say Kumasi ye ni ntiti ankofo fa ahudi so emu mu bukata obresika no emma Kumasi ye di nim abekwa ko shobi botum
Ndie
no anko kemi
enko
already they should know sir man for the goodwill and man for my government you know part ni aban ekofom they should not add it up with some of these actions and inactions. Na ye kwayo campaign wa kutwa kasa tintina akochenchima akokasa za no bi atiu akwakoto ba ama
cars bi nam krom esese adwadifo niema enti da bia lodu adwadifo
men tese de enti aye emra na ye ne aye no ye try say ye bema bia ye adwuma ye ma bi nya adwuma ukọ came for bylaws no ma ewom say this heavy trucks kasa kese na ebe yi niema ema shops no no mo warehouse wadum no after 9 a.m. and he said packing will do. Oh yes. I think even it's about 8 a.m. or so. And he said packing will do more. But go there this morning. Instead of bear taxi 5 for packing.
Almost required a mobile makwa ye biem kura mo be pakio. Ye biem e mo be pake.
Mama na be homa me ba. Lawyer William Kusi Razak Abubakar and I feel Richard Bodu Ebeba Naminu Edin. Come on, William Kusiba. I'll take him back last week Friday, and this for presser Omoye. I see Lunkati attack on the Supreme Court, and by extension the judiciary, you know, Beneno Ebedi Eho and Komo and Sana and Koma Kanina Yaba Abetoso Abidi. I want to me 1013 Meba.
Wontumi TV and Wontumi Radio. If you can't beat them, you better join them.
Right, 21 minutes after 8. Abusia, eye Wontumi 101.3. Eye Wontumi TV on Facebook. Eye Wontumi TV, Instagram and YouTube. No, we are live on Wontumi TV live. www.wontumionline.com. And once you your honor okwa on your top right corner honor, o click the listen button. This one. Obenya nkoma yebo ewufia ha nyina so se eno so etwagu lawyer William Kusi a senior lawyer Dominion Chambers dum Hapa Road mi so na mate Hapa Road so de bia me nam hono nim se hono ye fro Hapa Road no na lawyer William Kusi Razak Abubakar Subin constituency youth organizer Kumasi Metro why you boss on opposed those who we oppose Nyanke Homegu Betrino Richard Bodu and so our hand.
What I can say, I say, Wontumi FM and then a platform can see a pa.
Sorry, why you boss?
To what I can say, Nam Kruma, pa.
And you my hunter.
Me hoche me pa. Salary no bi anka ho.
No kwa. Na be se bi ka ho.
No kwa o.
Ayo ko do foi. Planting for food and job.
Me hoche me pa. Me ba na ka obo before organizer no kwa.
Na ma no si ho ma.
O ko fa director bi.
Lawyer Mache. Na apom to say.
Yes, we hear me on.
E de Nyankopon ase. I want to drive for doom. So we be office on the baby to my far good into the picture.
Number court for.
Oh, okay. It was the last time I drive over far hello from a new we are bear to 1 o'clock at the Kobe to the far the KGT around about 1 minute.
Me try back could be not the Kuhuyan. To my say, how grams are quite now. Oh, Kobe be quite now.
Oh, day.
I mean, trotro park or quino. I mean, just say, miniature say a quanda ho. Yeah, your quine, a car park.
Car park.
A hang from terminal, bus terminal. A quantum me a bus terminal, and ya dear your quine. Because when you have prepared a Kobe Binaco for a while, it will take you hours.
The management of the city over the years, lawyer, to say,
I have always me criticize managers no, and me who is improvement to be aba. You mo ye na nwanwa so mutu kwan da o said ne how mo. Now it's not only central adumu. Baby na so for la do baby e shada ye kwan no. Se ne be traffic bebo me gu kwan wi anom de ho ye bus terminal.
Yeah.
E kwan ni mu.
Yeah.
To be kwana police for jina guide mo park na mu lodu a. And me dream one minimum say caliber of people more running city in it. Sebi omunya exposed and now say I don't know what is wrong with them. Because Krobi Echicha, your bus terminal, and your kwan. Krobi Echichi be also pay bus terminal because you see, I've realized one thing. Say, yeah, almost 30 station you be able to cars in near 5 pay to begin with. And as time goes on, not cars in the doors. When you be banana than 100, and do the kwan we station and China cars na doors na for there. Nipa couldn't me for hobby. We are talking about the state. I buy also to me Canadian properties no better kwan no abu no that terminal. It is as important as any other thing. Say na be ya city ni betimi akoso na yeah, utimi ya kwan. You leave Kumasi, came to Achuma, you see the same thing. You go to Kwabre, you see the same. Afaguna.
Yeah.
Highway sooner a station. Utimuza se nipa na manage chrono senso, and for na manage chrono highway to Mampong. Na part of it the lorry station. Can you imagine this? And seriously, there's something wrong. And I've been complaining about leadership for some time now. So say you need leadership. Because bibi eko su bi ache se panyini ni krum. Panyini wo krum a ka almost start here, you have to stop them. Aye wa said yes open baby mo park. They should know.
Yeah.
And the year planning chrono near the account, baby, I wish stores. Terminal then come plan the scheme of things, grand count, parking lot in count, and one stores.
Stores no do beto ade ne be fa ka na aba.
Sebi one for be or a drink as ya, you better because store the obi was over the stores. A poor one drink as your bed, Jenny, and who say crow, yachi cra, some facilities win here. Now, I'm more plan on the album. Now, their stores will be our stores. So, follow me or some of your stores from this year. Oko abuakwa ye bubu sisi store. Cars also park kwa mfimfini. Oko ayi o trako makura.
Yeah.
So hu ho no.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lorry park. Se panyin ni kroma wontimi hu. And this is a matter that media for also taking up seriously. Say ne be ya bibi beba honya se ba ka usim so ba adwuma wonu. Because baby abudu be a lorry park so gina no be a park and what to car. That's not fair. So
now taxi driver for the na making. None of the mubaha omukra omu permita came in for an idea maumu. Say omutimi erane taxi rank ewo edumbos of menim ho. And about so oba onima that triangular will be honum before so be drew a champion if you omutimi ran back ho pampa so baby a hoju station way is so much almost about 24 union stations who and should operate within the central business district. Now we are more catch say station back on this car more than 5 epack you. Two manners a brusa near 2. You try you be 1,500 what you are.
Nomini be say a better 5.
And I'm conscious one more permit. Central market ye Kayetia ye no cars do an get me quite a time. They say a reduce area sisters. It your man doesn't need baby mu packet. It baby all permitting was of Janal Bechina or move as a washer now or 30. Razak Mona when na Korea Bosa Komu compare to mu.
Now my Jumana den. Now my Jumana den pa because the Torobia will beat me frail. Conditions are your friend is and I say atitia sa tax force for no ne e funded na firm. Oba na obo say enyasem bia but we frustrating nipa no. For instance, omo two cars. Say untimi park car enwura shop bi mu empie ma. Oba na two car no. Notice ni ho bibie ni ho. Oba na ya chini car no na esi ho.
Is post for bit me kwatete. Say bia obo hu police ni nyina ho. O park ya no opia ba.
No ade esi. Me mature dia ma police your friends central police station say 2 of beneficiaries are mu free tafu why ye juma no mon kan ho bio yi omodi ade bia melu na maduma no mo police for
CPA for community protection assistant for
yes
2 mayi omodi omon kam ho
say mayi omodi be so obia ni ho
but omo da social amatade ne police for original
ade de omo nhye bio o hye matade na ma acho but the me hunu say omo hye atade bia acho so police black
ya omo t-shirt no mo ye ma omo no
no mo ne police for no nam to me say yes ba ku denti am ye di ne di ni say yes wa charge your friend say driver be 70 cedis ewo zoo enimo no driver 90 mentua ntako bi oni driver ne di si mu no
Wontumi radio nyamensa wo
me kai yes o chairman bi offer say am say chairman offer say chairman bi offer say o mayim mayina di omo ka baby omo me say me boy ne dey mayina di is it that the agency is choosing me
or choosing the boy.
But on the police for them. Because on they are ultimately yes and the police support his system. So hypocrisy and dishonesty and they say oh mine. me start here so me pentakwa na me pese me say me nko na me clean e wo system no mu. But ubu say normal omo ye no e wo dwum no e hadwen. And me aka say me colleagues are more Ashanti region. They should be extremely careful because the enkwada no and the police for no use omo e di boni pa. Use omo pa e di bo. And almost be joint be obo for bia no. Otimi kokwa na police ni ete honom e wo dua bia ase. And I say shop be nim.
Na CP ni gina kwa.
CP ni gina kwa. But ideally ka community police protection kwa there. They should have been within the community.
Yeah.
Spotting crime areas. Reporting to the police. Not police in air. But later, and who say because of omunya professional training. Now more life now about risk because of omunya community for now energy. So to omunya community police for now. But the choir police for first use for omunya so. And so how I some for.
Yes, more.
And then to KMA, your friends, the tax force. A quaya omudi judge for no faso. A quaya omudi judge for no faso. Has a film.
Because they say, me faso say a mama 20 pavement.
Obia no for.
But Central Market name ready.
Central Market name ready. Omunko enfa. Quaya omudo omufaso. Ana. They are not even harnessed to because obechi nipa mienu a omu nyina agena faako. O de baako de ebeba no na baako de na wakipu. Unhu de won reporters asem ne enfama om. Enti de bia mbisa om se enti KMA ne your friends Askorama Municipal Assembly. Enti are they even adwuma na om se om ye no. Om ni abre om ye no pa na. Onye ba sa ofri your friends Alaba. Free Mensia Hospital Honum. Now for true Sabonzongo now was Sania Baba station be a Zulu FM one. A quino say 1 way or because all omomuton plastic boots no no. Omo omunina show monoman e street in so. Omunina ashisho monoman e street in so. Be no okahwe e chiromo. Omo park cars e offload omu no ma no anapa sesebre up to anumre 5 p.m. Tembia obetwem bia na track akase esi honum no mu yi no ma na kwa na ye baako unhu say one way say double no unhu so system ne say da eche no ya so dwadifo no so anase asoso so amamanfo aba overtake the system ana ye jaom uko bisa mwa mse aye twiska ubisa mwa yesi twiska my engage assemblyman pen e was scratching so o ka chem say wo ye omuhwe enye yi enti say the system na aye no say the system no abawe no because well taxi for now omba hada na o kan say okwa eduma almost bebia obehu bia ababa station almost bebia ofo bia unicorn house bebia ofo bia ababa station no kwanso so say came for emo permit so mu operate station e wo ho no
yeah
ewia na asasa yon na asa obechi omo then you put them in danger. You put a bino into your friend is a very unpopular your friend say situation because on my hano at all the time bia obi hu bechi ni bia na adwene say e aban no chi na e aban enti wo kom kra no wo say nipa na aban de adwuma de na ahye ne nsa no wo say na ne ye den le dwuma di a enkoyie e na ma sa ho kire ne eba Nancy no be a boy a friend say Greater Accra Regional Minister Abaso Henry Kuti be a bon Abaso. 'Ubi 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 a bon Abaso. Because he decided to be very truthful to his own actions are all say ha no enya hanso nyu say driver for your boy around mo complain no ye de di omu ana ya jai bi mu so
yeah
me wan so mu nyina ye den etu iska ana de di omu na ya jai bi mu but I recorded obo say so oye affect obia enti even say kotia wo na wo ntia se mpo but unim say the system has been fair because anya nkwa na ede ye o. And I think that the indiscipline in the system no does. But a yinsusu eneboa, the city authorities eneboa masa indiscipline koso. Meka any police for almost stop motorbikes no no no. We bisa me ho say, so won share helmet I stop o. E se bi o moto no boot. Na wo bi. Na de share helmet in the yen stop no. Me was won dey share moto boot no. So name say dey
na sa motorbikes do ma be ma police for bi no. Baby anim kan o. Se udi agona udi police ni bi echi e woku no.
Wo so hu sa o.
Baby anim motor ne kan lawyer. Debre.
Wo so hu sa o.
Utimi so mo dey force upon na tu. It is a would na we ye least mistake. Wabono.
E na omo so ade ba ko omo ye eme ye anse. Omo ko ginger traffic light ase. No ma ko hide omo.
Yeah.
Obi bi traffic a. No ma ide. No mo di mika no ma ko chin pako no. In charge na wo make yourself visible.
Prevent the commission of the crime.
Unim supposed to follow with this motorbike ni adwuma. You wouldn't understand me. Ebu akwa kwan so. Ena ahenema kokoben kwan so. Ebi na Santas run about. Ebi jina be they say university ayatu ni tintintin. Mistake one. Edi heavy traffic no. Omu won kwofo a traffic ne chia. Omu from. No the same motorbikes na escort mu etwa traffic no. Even the saddest part is that ebi go upon my unregistered number.
No man escort.
No the motor bi dey nimu when o drive PT a na wo ja ne kwan no asan so free traffic no adan no aza ko gina wo. No try another call. Me say
no
omu di bi
ye enya de a wo say obi ani wo edi ho akini e na me kan say me de na me hu na ya no say wo ye police officer I was prevent said about criminal activity say nkoso wo ba gina traffic light ase wo park moto no we bia obi ehu na wo ko she baby so bi biti traffic red na che no bi e biti pe the no tumuto no across ni pakro enchare na wo make hu visible said be obi hu say police ni gina ho enti mra no kwa den mamu but because of 50 cedis and I say 100 cedis and I say BB senti no wa yesa ochewa na woni na dia no na woja na woko me police ni bia ni me dia no da because me on ba police chimi o police an chimi o me duru ona police ejina ho a me jina na mapeka kramom no man muso na me kombe no me yi amayen because police in the area woni na wo within the community there one way or rather obe hia na mo a obe ne number e bia assembly si wo pese oboa me police in bia nche me say for scabra this is but me are willingly but who say you di amanfo
yeah
I can't hide it you di amanfo ye frɛ eno ye frɛ me ba ku bi say policeman me kabia so chase wo odin hu ko share situation bia o frustrated boy ma boy no so nya na kasetia or to also na normal community police ni no ene boy no eye exchange of words boy isu a ye chi ni enye police woman na gina wo pa dia nko book police community police nko bobo no eyi pa so I think say yema yensusu ma ye ni nko sika no so more na yema emra eno enye adwuma because the kai nyina no o say police taxi for you ba no mo complain nyina no anka mra na ye square link fa obi a ho a o mun mi say ye didi nyina anti they cannot complain but say didi obi na eja obi a na wa ba ya asem
rich
Oheba meda say wakonya odi amame na aye police ne sa assembly issue no. One thing I say yehwe ne hu ni say a collective responsibility. Enye police for nko a enye assembly nko a assembly bia wo city engineer assembly bia so town and country planners hono ansana se mayor na se leader na mukso aba obi adwuma se obi asede ne se ye fa no ntonche ne nyina achi no so ye nko ne nyina ne so ye timamufo no ka asema ye kan ba bia eke wo de he na lawyer ka se aguna sa kwa minim so pa ne ba bi onom oyin ba station ni hono mo ba ye timamufo ye nkonya station faka ba be gina kwa ho faka what you say it is a collective responsibility there. Say police ebeche o driver me ebeje license ebeje sika no say the ko nyina bus stop nyina station also fan ba bia the ko ni gina no because the more now obi tikem on can say messi the next bus stop o kwa mazampacho messi ha driver bi also no agina e kwan ho e bi agata no agina no akoso traffic no be accident ko atimi asi no wasi nipa the moment awo wasi no e kina bi no obi so beka so besi on to so besi police will be chiwa na ko blame police ni ba na so bia o carelessness ni no ma bia wo ye nti da ma sa no ma nyina ba it na because a collective idea ana e course at time country planners ni a city engineers na say the lawyer kan e kro bia na say ba bia wa assembly bia no omo layout of the town also my hu say ana so mo kro man hu say eye say ana say ana sabi say ukom ko eche ba akra lawyer wa do betimi ama ya hu bebre ohiri bia kro betna akonya say layout man your police station your community center your market your lorry terminal your way adena sa no ma we nyina ba ye hu na ye ntimi fa no ma ne show na mo meja de stores eno lawyer wa me wisa lawyer say e dia na aban no anase ban bi so betimi aya fa ho eye bia assembly na emran betimi no mo dia na say bia timamufo so no mo due diligence am mo ye no ma bisa ekoso sana tembia on Ghana ye be ko ye nima just ya say suba ne no ma biu because no matter who comes as a president the be bia ye be as say suba ya the be bia be that's case suba sure Razak ka say so no police ni nche no say bia wa china na so nche bo shia police ni bia the assessor ye no fi no no onwe no oye oyin ba no kro na me ka cho anytime we make use ka we make sure say my lines here intact say try number make sure say my login it me na ma police no chebu bisa bia ya din ko bia o wana bo na bia na twam say me so me feel say me bia na me man ba enipa do say an otuka o check say no ma we police no so ko che no so a no di police me atem no police for say na mte say na mte police na say dey ni say obehe say I can say they are the laws of Ghana because all the educative say me we but na be su bi nti am they have entered some act bia ten bi person ye na onyaw no timi gibi free honum because me ba me try number 1 my license me ko renew 2 try number na a car no kwa me login so e chira police hu me and the police hu me dey nya me nye officer say ma peka kraman me twam e chira wo se car na ba o se car we ba de onye o me gina o me busa wo no akote ba bi utwam anu achim. But assuming say Oshia 1 2 nina everything is intact why be be correct ya or anybody e china so uzo ba correct traffic so was honorable gina ho and as boss gina ho ma traffic ni so ni twam but when say on say o man ye say na say utwam a obeko e to be hwa say be ko traffic ni so anu abechu no agiskia ade chen so ade ko blame police for ye hwe adum die no me o de ashton kwada me ashton na mo de bia ashton oba connect adom de ba CPC downtown honum na omo connect the park honum trotro stations be minimum trotro cars no be na park honum just omo KJT honum tembia na hwa man to omo say bia 10 cars we tu a na afre baako na wa ba beshim we tu a na afre baako na wa beshim so say go downtown eco CPC honum so a omo so nsuo mo honum be bia baptist honum omo so trotro station omo park cars no honum to be wa ma some beze 20 minutes 30 minutes na cars beze 2 ko but a course drive time na be 4-5 night me 2 minutes to go so amon percent traffic be krom na city engineers ne sa KM ne sa nkofo no nam kom se Razak nkofo no omo ya ade bi okruma enkanka na dum titiw ohin ba airtime e ma no ɛmaa no ɔmo tɔn adeɛ no mesi tobo na nam kuruma si de bi betimi ahare dem sɛ basɛ sɛ ɔmo na mamu asɛ bibi na sɛ obi firi akyire
ohun so mu ba
ɔba na sɛ ebi abayi saa nipa koro sɛ duru abatoa ɔno yɛkɔpɛ na kyerɛ sɛ mmɛto aba no ma yɛ o eduru abatoa saa nipa koro no so ɔno na ebi a ɔno yɛ caretaker in the house oni baabi a ɔnkɔtena ntɔn no ma ɔnyɛ dɛn sɛ media me problem yan sɛ yama mo sɛ mo nkɔ ha na mo nkɔ de a anka they have the right to do what they are doing but ɔmo ni baabi a ɔmo kɔtɔn no ma ɔmo ni baabi a ɔmo kɔtena edidwa sɛ nipa no mɛyɛ ɔmo sa behu ɔmo so a nipa kɔ bi ahwɛ bi getere no ma ɔtɔn a lawyer every 500 Ghana ba o wie so a na ke meni na na wasa kɔ charge nta 100 Ghana
100 Ghana
ɛdɔso that is it every 500 kwa mika kwa yɛ ɛdɔso ba o wie na ke meni na sa kɔ take no anje kɔ 100 Ghana 50 Ghana wasa agya hyɛ ubotomo ɛnkɔ aban hɔ no na deɛ na yɛyɛ yɛbɛsrɛ mpanifoɔ no and because you city engineers your town planners ne but ni nyina boils down to the mayor na say leader no when mama mo hihye mama ma adwene na fom ye because they say e ba sesi ana kuma city to kemi say bibi boni bia ba yen go city engineer di o e bebo mayor di say bibi papa bia ba yen go city engineer di o bebo mayor di te be say mayor man na ni nkofom no ne mpanifo no mo nyina ne tena ase because yen komna na say yen sumi so mo ni nipa enipa yɛ nti na ɔbɛtena a ɔyɛ mayor nipa yɛ nti na ɔbɛtena ɔyɛ city engineer nipa yɛ nti na ɔbɛtena yɛ wei ni nyinaa nneɛma yɛ adwene nkɔ nipa no so na akɔ sɛ sikagyeɛ no yɛ adɔso dodo sikagyeɛ no nti amatam biara no te biara sɔ de yɛ sɛ ɔman mu ayɛ ɔno kakra ɔno so kɔpa akɔdi no na ade biribi ketewa bi ɛbɛkye no asaw ayo no kɔne de adom hɔ no area hɔ no Salvation Army line hɔ no baabi ɔmo bɛbi library no so sɛ ɛkwan bi da ɔtea sɛ one way ohuhu 6 ages meaning say one side on pack cars on last week I came before the ya call lucky cars na ntoko ama for no mo kon no e kwan home
eh asebo
mo de ya call lucky so beto aba for no mo ya jeje no sa ye de etuko wa we asa omo tire nya say na me na enko pesca eti eduru han ma ni ekosi eduru han ma ni ekosi e be sere omo keye te ka ho asem
Honorable Samuel Pine
besrom omom hwe na ye ma asomdwe ni pepe mra ye kro ni nyina sampan oba ye boni din oba ye nyina ka bi ma sampan e beto kem be vacant ye ka bi ma sampan ena pen for say di jawa na di asoa ye besere onfa ne nansi form onfa ye nim so betimi aye ba ma ne fa nye se
e to na me refi so ye se bu hawo
ina se we yesere
mo kra pa o
obetimi aye
e to na me refi se came boss kra de sampan
so because they said crowd and be anje ohin ba after 4 kofa edum ne keyetia honhwe ehwe nguregu hon.
So
I think before Obe came boss he had a very good relationship with the media. I think the media is sympathized. I'm not say yeah a bit soft on him. No crap out.
Sampai na personality no oye cool.
Because what is happening today is different from what was happening under Kojobusu.
That is it.
Crow.
Enti omo omo so ne ne adwuma sampa mfa ne nansi for omo omo ne ne adwuma ntimi ne omo nkasa because I'm say when it comes to good name e be bo when it comes to bad name when are you in charge
na so dey ani obenya problem
that is it
na no omo jiji you know twa coupons ma omo park no me office na nim ho mu se lady na fa prayer pra na mtafi de ona apra no so oba na fi wono no apra otherwise I knew say zoom line for na
I was going to
so there's something wrong. I then nguna go ma again never prayer pra. So some point.
Even a moment try kitchen. Remember omonye careful ebi mu ye fake.
Yeah, and there's some you gum de bia.
Fake.
Am you gum de bia.
Me ma chibida.
Ono ho no printing books no na.
Omo print book. O see.
Omo assemble kra de two recruitments.
Oh, Satana Mozura FM. Omo print ntina mo me wo soro na me hwe scenario. Eso untwa lady nso untwa lady nso untwa no otonsa so ya friend service na mo aye koso sif no no trainer bo form na enam ni nyina hwe ogu ya zongo boy ana me other boy so monchi boy nbra na mo cham say receipt no say no also utwa also the whole week 5 cities. I'm so okay. Me try 1 month the amano. no man na agu fam no any seafood untua I'm saying me try 1 month there my lady no me try to see 20 cities on ye na enam no any seafood na wabono no
ono suntua
me say when tua ye ko police station because the mrebie no e che say also or harass that young woman no twe no man na egu or na lady now your friend say akora she na chi okache me say no man nya na dia wakofa no akoton
we akotua ka watene faso
Juanes man yenko came also on free came Juanes man also on the boss and I'm so boss on no why didi moi na akochi papa akokra bi appointing say on na ejuma me so mu ye chi omu nyina de bae no ye chi omu nyina bae no I'm telling you it was fake
depend bi akodu krom
Razak ba me fa bi so Razak dey so ya to about after 2020 election no zoo they Barbara Ashdown. I was coming, I'm at the taxi. Now, I could be on my ticket. Now, driver did take it. That's on Monday that they took on ticket. Now, I'm so for my machine. You know, the actual so. KJT parking slot 5 CD. And I'm just that's how you KJT parking. Now, as I know the idea, now, now report room to me station. I said, woman, you know, can't be a minimum. I'm saying, oh, you're fucking papa could club. A whole lot of parking slot 5 city. I was able to knock one.
Okay.
And I'm going to just go on.
Then I say,
I think one of the things I also came for more money come. Almost started investigating or more mutual ticket. It will come at the man for no. More money in bread. Sanya Kaba na man for no more ya there. Almost started investigating. Yeah, can't almost say, sad no money air coso.
All right. But I said, now, lawyer, young quay na yemedin komo Afro Barometer report. And a payment on senior programs officer din komo. My worry is institution be 5 because of my yachichi je omuso pa no. Omu conclusion just say amount for perception about them about corruption no very bad. Office of the President, Parliament, Judiciary, Police, the media. Na metia me yam sheme se sa enyina so na ya se numi oman chechero yi omufirima enye yi na omunyina no manfo do na omno mu din komu susu se omu ye corrupt omu nsom oman no e wo ne kwan so. Office of the President, Parliament, the Judiciary, the media and the Ghana Police. And I be for council ebeka hu be I think say first and the National Investigations Bureau Omoda MC 8 or 7th. Lawyer, say, more my.
Yo, Medasi. Now, me just say a CDD report, right?
Yeah.
And they have a reputation.
Yeah.
You cannot just wash it away. So CDD investigations. I mean, to me, because don't hear any fapping manas in the Enti the American say then there's something seriously wrong with us. And leadership once again. You see? Because this perception, but the way we carry ourselves in our daily business, na suggest say that is how it is. Because the impression is that you are supporting that. So I said that these institutions are boss we. Meaning, anasi bibi okrom hama eji achire na hu nsmp. But institutions now the omutanye are affected. No, ask yourself if there's been a change. They are doing worse things now after Anas. And something is wrong somewhere else here. Now it boils down to leadership. I will repeat. Because your attitude towards Bonino, as I quite say, I lukewarm. Ubi ya and you munya maninka. Ebi ya, and I endemic. I cancerous such as spread. And the perception of the ordinary Ghanaian believes that Obi or presidency, the eye. But is the presidency go a second in the list? and you know a corrupt because presidency or the Obiako was here no ye. And that is in the mind of people. And omi etimamfo ya omne sa akwa na yefa the presidency ne te na ntemo. Omunimu no oba ye no na
all of a sudden
the impression is that wakoye. Exactly. So I'm saying it, you know. And there's somebody who should be a headmaster, head teacher, telling them, hey, Uba Hadia. And maybe now some of the work more presidents in a parliamentary seats. And my position was that the president should stop them. Yes. So if I've given you the privilege to work with me, don't go contest in an election as Esikasem. Because the only contest on the MPP who triasin no kire say oba president why yi
when you scout
unya ne he go fa ne he and these are complaints by most of them are coming from the party itself. So me no contest na me businessman who to meet na president is we as a deputy one na ba benya sika se me na je say who call president no
akonya scout
sa
o so mu niga
ye niga ye tua ka bo so me ana yakata we nyina so ana yama na koso. And I think the advice we gave them was the best. If the president were to show leadership, he would tell you, I had here, and just so parliamentary seats now more pronounced and to train next time move free her. No corporate seats. Not this would the presidency. Now I hide the Okona to Sikagu, send your titany idea. Not just say, Ubahano, Sikabi or high, a teacher dear, a grofonium. And this presidency would then be corrupt. So and the ABI and Tessa, but because they didn't do that and allowed them to contest people left, right, spread money all over, as if someone could do Sikadro. Now because nobody will agree with you. So and it is and these are perceptions, neighbor. If you come to the judiciary, similar matter, people are complaining about having genuine cases, but to kokota, you know, not just people, make up people. I don't mean litigants, I mean lawyers.
Lawyers.
Exactly. As I complain hereby, every outsider, so if I say lawyers complaining about conducts of judges, a outsider, say outsider. Yet it's going on. Nothing happens. There's nobody to say that your information say about you. Please. Say no obi atina na machine say any or say me careful because atomia so you can't just for evidence brands and yeah now why na bibia or the evidence is to benam kiji perception, but it's very important in politics because you control about perception no better almost for evidence the better about. And once you allow yourself to sync with this kind of perception about I'll do about to obesinke. And the media may imagine say Baseya CDD for ya dear. Emma Yama ye dibrani wo abamune positions of you know yan can say BBC about the yen two and a mobina yen create another perception against the wrong perception. Say we are doing something. Diffuse it. That is all. You take steps for people to have perception. Oh, they are doing something about it. These people are genuine. That's all. And also, you need to be doing because you got to about evidence. Normally, to about perception. You say we are corrupt. I say perception. Normally, got to about. If you are seeing a head, you be at the whole body. You say Ghana. I hear dressing. You be a. Obi kura no amete radio. Obi say you can't be a patrol for Ghana part of the body. It forms a perception. Yes, and also creative perception. You say, oh. I am also doing something against those things. Me can say enya no kura but me too anamo. I'm a nipa who say ye kan my hu bibi. Say complaints say cause bebrebe ni ade ade. Nye say nipa no ho chiro masacho. The perception is that those in government are living large.
Large. And the idea
what you me can say me ho chiro me ntumi bo. So say that no. Enti teacher strike now cause massa. O to is what I mean. Nanka IMF memre yetimi ko prekola me take no here once na dey penny for ni teacher for the man say yes Ghana yes gas here ko IMF akope emwa was say am na
cost of living allowance.
No, you can't do that.
And your salary.
But it's because Omo e dey amambo na amom no omo creative perception.
Umabra bonche say ahokyere wo ho.
Exactly. Some of them are so trivial to say car and then no so sorry. Isn't it trivial? But a big issue for some people. When they see you coming, they think say would you put to a mammy and a mutu would the traffic so crack will do any emergency at this would be no do boko will be a boom fool. So why the anti jail? Yeah, can you know me anymore? Yes, Romo. And to see the for report to the where the presidency, parliament, judiciary, leadership will take a step. Now, Timon who said, Bibi, Yati Bibi, ne 200 among. Now you're born to a yam, send a bear, and co affected. And near at the end of the day, because Ghana needs good leadership.
Police still at number 1.
Debbie, and your mama, but also police for the it is the spread. Not the quantum. What does it? Omono one city, no. It is so. It has become a custom and tradition in the police. So what about 2 police party now? You're wonderful because some of them know acquire part of the guys or hinibi. Dinner fashion be not say more. I'm police bribe. No money bribe. And so what do you know? Because matter the any Wontumi. And it has become a tradition. Send your mini Razaki guys or do baby na say who police for mini amonye way because some number your home buy. Obedient to because the police na kwaje bribe. Na your no one gift be or the man. And your mom so ya train no say munjina kwan ho mo ha sin crofo na monye bribe. Na no metika mu na anaju be ye levy me coffee police ni say license na say please are you serious? Are you a serious person? 11 o'clock license na be here. There are other things that you can look for. But not licenses at this dark hour. Or let's say one who be a one, I just say me in Paboni until I go up to that. But to always stop him 11 said licenses there. Now when you go on here to go licenses. Who me boot to Navy and I do 11 licenses now go. You got Daddy. So and that is the problem. And the police for the end very difficult to be too. But that parent leadership no duty to play or start well. I think say was Oshebukina. Ni nyina say see ati woni ati say police ni akọ ebo ni atwe na so. Obi abobeto ni em say okay say enye that parent e wo Ghana nyina but opti say obi abo no atwe na so dia na che say eno so eno ne abo ne friend perception e bi no. O da say na ombo ato omyem. Enti me gidi say report no dia yentimi enka say any instance will be an emum. Yeah, position of trust, and we should make sure say you're tearing Pamuna 2 and more. Senia Nipa Senia Bay, edition trim say, Bibi Cossin, yes, you show trim say, Bibi, yes, you Bibi, Aso, Amon. Nam just a bassa effect Benyano, and too much. But the Jan is any team, I can for evidence, but as any Jan in the past, and they are.
2.5 years to election 2024. If this perception still holds, what does it mean to the NPP and then their electoral fortunes? And again, I expect it to be.
Well, to the MPP, say Omo Anya Hoshe, corruption has been one of the reasons for Aduna Bata Ahinsini Ahintu. Maybe I bet to say about whether you're corrupt no. The government loses. And I likely say Omanya Hoshe for the next 2.5 years. They are 2 years, 1.5 maybe 1. 2 years they will go down. But Senior McMecan is whom 2 and more ye be the people say I buy no any abre. And you see scapegoats. Serious strategy to repair
refuse to be a perception of how about you.
And you don't look outside within your own self. Use 2 people as scapegoats, and you erase all those perceptions. What does your senior be in Koye? Now will be up and up on home people according some money. Wow, oh, you know, Opa friend, them guys are telling me you are because the Akoni and you are ma, you know, yes, sinking. And you never me who and massy. publicly.
And also as a party for you know, especially with the special prosecutor. Almost here with the Oba, yes, John, Osimadru ho, and the Flagstaff officials, Osimadru honum, Yabo Bidi Jabbing, MC, also a Koteska, Osimadru honum.
And I'm person I make like, you see, when you lawyer and of say, I will say diffuse perception. And of course, I will say step good. But you pick somebody like Jabini. How does that one interested Ghanaian people?
I didn't do that Ghana for any actually.
How does that one interested Ghanaian people?
But sir, also sad, you know, election now 2 years can. I be a problem.
I have a problem. But well, many lawyer there, many judge there. But when you look at the evidence and the amount for Gadano, and you say another issue, but I make can say, when you have a public official, it be a minister, and I say DCB or that or
chief executive,
chief executive, a Jumano or then now I there watching and I say what prosecuting and no and the amount for who say yes, why is serious? But you said you have been when you are
private person,
when you are breso, when you are bring yes, when you are breso, people might not even take you serious. I mean, that's how I see it. So I don't even take the special prosecutor serious. It's a lawyer that I respect a lot. He said but like Jabinjano,
officer, there are other serious issues.
There are serious issues. You see.
What you say? MP some double salary.
You see you see the problem. Ghanaians were aware, and they have been told that MPs are double salary. Yeah, the Ghana Sika, Eddie Ama MPs for then you can say yes, sir. MP be a Busumi be a Uja Katia 1, Sa MP no Oja Katia 2. Ghanaians enum. Some of the MPs have even admitted that.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure. Now go for Obia, I say.
Oh no, I didn't go to Muska.
And we want to prosecute that person. So
it's good.
You see the challenge here. Where you see people might end up not taking you serious because Obi and fan who job is a job in DC. So number DC.
Yeah.
Onyembe. And I allege say so. Ubi some crowd. The explanation is even different from the special prosecutor person here. But yes, the Ghana Fosika, and your Mobi. Ghana's Fosika, the money, and 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. So they took the money over a year. How will the people get confidence in you? You the corruption fighter. How would they make what I say?
To more weightier issues.
Like
I know clients watching. I just say more investigation come weird.
You must have been then assuming possess. Why is he gonna do here? Watching, once he cannot hear.
So the Razak engineer can say most of the prosecutions in our state here fail and they don't know. So asking a very important question. Whether using your private money would amount to whatever offense you're charging, minimum you're charging bribery and corruption, so whatever. But state no prosecuting power, you better be in a court, yet you will do a bad job to get the person out. Yeah, the way you are in a court, near to 2 pass, law not jive, no court. And it is important because they can prosecute somebody and even protect him during prosecution. It's a prosecution called to Papa, so judge then he didn't need evidence no jano. That is why immediately Kufo left office, prosecution be our corner, or Mom Fale, or Belcona no Fale, and only prosecution. Because if the other government comes,
obey case
fine, only prosecute, they will go and mess it up. Big time.
No, it's a typical example why you media no. Attorney General Kojina Court and say Ojitum say Ghana for the friends say bet mo do so anko just Ojitum say Ghana for the friends say why you make and change because of why Ejuma. Meanwhile there was no evidence of Ejuma why. The action of the friends say omombe prosecute corruption, you know. I'm telling you MPP yenye saint but yeba corruption say party for and I say government officials are involving themselves in corruption activities. We are far better than the alternatives.
I know.
You want my former Attorney General Matamidu. He said it publicly that a minister called him, ordering him to pay money to your friend saying, I saw photo. Abrane enimrem.
So, to a moment on Afro Barometer report,
a perception.
Yeah,
how to diffuse your perception? A challenge. Last week also, number one of the radio stations. There's a gentleman I didn't buy so a communicator. Or start here. Or say, Jumbo do lose election. Or 300 million edema each delegate. Now who's not or no option. Maybe so who's say the gentleman can. Ojidi. Or say I saw on can say, you don't do this. Also, you are 300 million Emma each delegate. And I'm a far phone. I'm saying, you see,
30,000 Ghana cedis.
30,000 Ghana. No more be saying.
About nipo over 800 na to you.
I'm saying no more be saying no. Me, I am a per se. You put two things right. So in your calculation. And I'm a far phone. And I'm saying 17 constituencies. 17 constituency officers.
Yeah.
Times 275.
Amount
over 4,000 delegates. And I'm saying for another 17 regional executives times 16
external branches.
Manfa no account because I didn't know the number. Ministers manfa account, MPs manfa account. Either me for omo when you want the delegates straight who so we need delegates.
Yeah.
And I'm saying na me times 30,000 now account. So you see won waka sabio so okonya yenso your communicator bia na adwene enu sa on challenge no asem no kan no aka perception people have taken it. The same people for general secretary no lose election will try 300 million my each delegate.
Delegates of my
yes.
It's a more candidate.
And he was insisting say sad no a corruption so my main control me am chiwe. And now me no we share our platform is you. Ochina say o election na ka chem asime me ko election bo am a kakra me no me rebo. When I catch us obi o ko election wo Ghana bia sika obetua and I said we and botum sika no dey. So it's about diffusing it when you have competent people to speak for your side. Because obi o ye can also or train ama nipa na we propaganda no also do another propaganda there e dey meeting no. But he cannot bring out the bare fact. And now my perception on right na ejina. The host never queried him and I was insisting say me say me can figure. But me I'm putting it to him say on retract as some can because me hear calculation in next can number 80 million Ghana cedis.
80 million.
Not one.
I am happy you did that because a lot of some of these things went unattended to, especially in a run up to your regional elections, you know. Oti radios near TSU, regional chairman, KGTR stores, one waje 1,000, waje 500. And unfortunately, nipa or two are represented party, no, and you obi na or support regional chairman that time. No German. Maybe he thought now you're JFK. In your car, you will let it go. Minim najne. But I feel with him say no vision. Oh, in the run up to the elections, you were supporting JFK into all kinds of good as forgetting that it will come back and hit the party.
The men can say, we can argue with facts. Who defeat him with fact? Fair enough. But you cannot lie. Me know what Japan has. You cannot lie when I know the fact. I know me. What is then Yankoponga say? Yeah, we should do things with equity and justice. Don't bother me seven penance and a try so na me say in some year kafa no and no my kafa no. Ochina obey minister of state
party ba.
Ochina obey minister of state na yaka obi una and now no radio station say asimesi na ka say otu esika say e my party for perception na ka ho. So inti say bibi say ba obi ko trans na ka say aban mu omo no mo second because of perception of corruption. Obo say opeso okofa 2015 the survey na ka fa Jomama na NDC.
No, they be equalize.
Opeso dey equalize. First of all, on kanchiram on man for who say a perception a man for adwene yo mu say na man for adwene yo manye they are direct to they have no effect to enye say
sa na tie mu susu
say o madwene yo mu say ni tie enti na agya sa na enam so we're worried. So I think one of the tools I was saying to be the winning the next coming election about strengthening the communication base of this party. Strengthening the communication base of the party. Getting people who can speak to the facts.
Paying attention to them.
But speaking to the facts. Say, and check can obey. Why wouldn't you on my hand? I'm not being appear in shows. So I say, those who come as I'm saying, I say, na na wo de oba onchia do na ba o ma 10 minutes ah
o be 5 minutes chia chair minister we me chair MP we me chair CEO we me chair we.
And in fact me no obi na call me go ja obi e wo show no so I say why na buy the kabi e we no sa soma bright the producers come be frame he say if some ready they will feature me permanently on their show because I was able to speak to the facts, figures. One man, fact and figure. Only say the okana. Nana doing so, but take na doing abaso. So perception. But you be janisa, yanya can the perception. You be janisa. Right? Or more by more ayekan. If you no be or sebi or nisi Canada. He's living to his your friend is in his strength. And yet chinchina party ni mu no buy. And now. But because yakasa buying for corrupt and we didn't have people who can distinguish between Oma Sebi Oma Bo Mo brother Omu Musika dada any other you cannot do that na ya janisa na affect obia ono so all suddenly because asima make ya catch say regional chairman eba each delegate via 20,000 Ghana cedis.
John Bugri man.
They say Jachamama each delegate via 20,000 cities.
Send the fridge in the TV cam.
And we let it go. We let it go. Because probably maybe I won't support you. Yeah, can't say my any for party no. Why you didn't to one? So until I bet to stage be like, I'm on 4 years. I bet to say, who's the first time out? Me appear or show you so. Nay, number.
Yeah.
We hear people write on social media say my Majiska. Yes.
Because we came here.
Yeah, Majiska. Because my come out doing me that's the perception. All support you will be another way. Wajiska. You can't speak for yourself. Or not support you. On the Uniska. But be a whole you know. Wajiska. Perception. They are creating that too. So if you don't have an opportunity to redeem yourself, now kaho. So I think say yes so the onus lies on us. Say be create effective communication machinery. Let me be SMBC be bano. Yem first of all yem may amount for ntias yem say e amount for adwene ye almost say it. But that doesn't necessarily your friend saying any fact
to the truth.
It's like
but how worried are you? The presidency, the judiciary, the police service, parliament, the media, and I before crab him. Yes, I got them say your mind.
Easy. I say the public is more corrupt than your friends saying.
Those institutions.
The institutions. We are more corrupt than them.
Are they?
Because obi have a favor. Obi am so or your friend say emra ne bedi. Obi am pay. Na say lawyer ti we. Ne client bi aba no hoda. Say ebe ya ko hu judge na me pesa bi ma na fa koma no.
Ontu ya woka.
But also when you scam media command judge.
Yes.
Judge need no person ko hu judge. Ontu ya woka.
Ontu ya woka. O judge na o
obi. Oka dem so say e bo bosia twuma nso.
Twuma nso.
We be say na say ontu ya make you want to say.
Yeah, wo na wo ko kana sama man no. Ontu ya ka but share the judge ni din. Na onko peska man na wo kwa wodi bim.
Aha. So
na say wo be tuma hu na man.
Oh, na ka so no be ko judge no. O dey fa lawyer so. Say lawyer and no come judge no. That you see,
living in an interesting society.
You see, I dey where cause by we are even police for asama here police asama here.
We are said the background no. After environmental report we see judiciary corrupt no. Or can be the name.
Say police for here cause police are corrupt no.
Hana mom you corrupt.
Why pa no betima yi no boaka say me police ne chi me ana me ne say say dia no. Na ya now aban obey me den. He say den na ofi say me ya me ho beto me. Sa na ye. Me bo am kasa me wa. Obi a police achi ni bia no. Onya koya na o so pe superior bi. Because obi am person on mra ebedi. Nti yes start the process we are you was a police ni there. One na police ni bia e say na timodin bia e police also so corruption so. Oko Central Zongo police station. MTTU woman now no madam Vivian
Afeni
very competent woman obi ase ntiri modern.
Yeah.
Very competent woman. Me watch me o se me chew. Watch me a ka kire o mo se we cry ma che no na mo amugina we. Se me license na ma jano for this me provide license and sound the motorbike kama me. Se helmet na mention listen me kofa biba ansa na odi amame. She's a very competent woman. Very competent woman. But I'm for saying more day. Because on so no man so ko fo sika bra. O ma face mpo ma woni nkasa. Na ko hu say ebia she's interested in taking your money. But so community and the society we don't like it. Because if you say the more day o ko ka sam che na o ntie. Oh no, ye nka so onya corrupt da. De ye be kan so ni timode. But then ka otimi kaka na odima oh mama do yo, oh mama do yo. Meanwhile say your friend say Afro Barometer report ba. Yes ya kasa police corrupter. Yes ayo, omo corrupt. And this is the situation in HN no. As we the people who are more corrupt than the state institutions in Ayakan. And then obia graduate bia adwuma ya or say kakabi mami okra yakabi a chewda wo oyin ba yakabi a chewda say o pay adwuma na mana obetua say wakabi a chewda enti say your friend say e bia person ni ba ko person opoko police and so person ko steps ni ba steps official oti o ana momodi proposal here den e kwa komano all the proposal command say ginon for adwuma o we are then you come back and say oh you corrupt now who they corrupt. Yeah, about you I go to na general election. It will be a campaign over. The money man is kind too.
Okra.
Uka say you in the crack.
General election for me can delegates deal. General election, mantem okwana man is kind too. Bisa politician be a community be a campaign be a what is assembly da. You will not a politician so corrupt. Or say, I'm corrupt. Who's one out to Obama no be or my scan out to Obama no man be leader. We all say, oh, politicians are me corrupt. Politicians are me corrupt in Harade. On by Mijitum. Say a man for carry or muye. Government appointees we were honum. You now before then now Obia or single room within 6 months. No, we see mansion any normal. But sometimes I call it at favor. Because a new biana or the corrupt sika yes I don't know obi o panyin bia okodi nachi ene nyankopon ehira ne man favor enti me wo say favor na nyankopon dia ma ohene ba me say nyankopon say ma nya bi kura me the bench, but I can tell you, might be by my office or saying about upper community police assistant. I'm catching my minister, my fan. In fact, she was the first woman about my office. So that time was subbing submit, and I'm saying my former man. She kept on coming. And I'm about there, I'm in your man, I'm saying, oh, the Obana, my fan. Indeed, I branch any my fan. Next time, I'm party office, and a friend me say, Mammy, I will be pursuing me. Or in fact, a friend me saw pursue me. After I found about him, say, me on to me, whom be my office one. So, make us a brahona man to my case, come our how. Because Vienna, Satanamo Vienna, a mutin. Mammy insisted. Oh, they be me call me party officers have one friend, me see for no managing or not, body. And I could call.
Away. What do you understand?
2017, I said, I'm make you. A cacacan catch my minister on for no man uncle. Madame Kai say, I can remember when I say Bibi man. A chawadia, young po man. So only the year, but quantify no money will be trim. Miss Akuko, they are cost already 50 Ghana. And now, body is body idea, I cost around 50 Ghana. To me, Gina, I'm dancing, you 100 Ghana man, so you know from Faka. Because me pese be to asano man no so.
Razak, a Subin constituency youth organizer. Rich.
Oheba. Ya kame bebe na CDD say researchers say survey o say den by so say lawyer can be Razak can be perception allegations yan hwa de ya started Wontumi TV campaign time ebi koso sa ya se me ne chemo ma Wontumi ma 100,000 Ghana cedi each ano me lankuisa plan
see PPP ne GCP before the biamosra
moti ya see yen konkoma Wontumi ma me 100,000 Ghana cedi wa mo ma 100,000 Ghana cedi wasa me lankuisa prado e ma even kwa within my party no e be issue say me regional executive say your mommy bibi dia and me for so mra no so me so program am me nya opportunity yen ka say obi from me ka say obi mra ma obi aba na adwene shom tim it later cause of scientist akwa no say me so man ka hwe mi mani o mo ka me fam na mo ka e to mo scientist na do mo ko my star bi ya da to regional executive election ya am say can different assumption and am in Wontumi I say I don't say one thing is mini presidency ba ever bi anto che minum ba bia lawyer nyame di na du ba ba bia lawyer du no nyame apagya no wadu ba bia o ye lawyer o be bia the life o sesia no be judge sesia na say ya na life be be bia lawyer o ye lawyer Razak be boa o ye lawyer nyame pagya no ye sam promote no me judge his life from lawyer status no will change
and the police no be do machine in there now.
Lawyer, that is it. That is life. That is life. Somehow the police do it.
Sebia a monument and as a privilege that I enjoy.
I don't see appointment to the bench as promotion personally. Yes.
Lawyer.
Exactly.
And only to you.
Assuming say high court judge. They don't call high court judge. Now be a sebi yamao police yamao bungalow. Them nan say who say CCB war.
Yeah. A priest court judge is dying.
Oh, them one. I feel. Then the society say, oh, then I say, I shall say, bribe no.
That is
because some number count.
As a benefit about baby, what do you know? That is it. So this is a benefit beyond 20. Obi anim say oban biam there say when it come to presidency there and KPA can come back adwen say ho there akatua no so sen adwuma bia me metia say rich me wo how na nyame adom na say bia ma benya presidency e hye oye adwuma na opportunity aba na menya ya ma me ka say jika we use you we say use does it mean say the normal minya it's under the influence of bribery and corruption. We move ahead in life. Maybe our standard or our status was say Wontumi call him kakra. Definitely your life will change.
Of course.
Some me be fi am tache suit pa.
That is it. It you don't so anybody say oba ya e bia baby now on first now we suit.
But
it you ba be suit e be cause corruption na ma.
understand you in that manner. If they won't, what can you do to get them to understand your situation?
Okay,
it is your word.
And that's the key thing. That's the key. Very important.
The lawyer committee has here. But me say nyame aduna say ohene by so she suit. But before no she suit. But your effort and your ability at work. Your workload now you know. Oh your adwuma ti the extend and as SS na ban and am also timi adu baby akọ. And baby say baby what do no. Also you dress to please where you are now.
Oh, I found the best share now. Because
what I agree with you is that it's not a okay or a party boy be or her. You now got that presidency. Presidency, ni baba opa.
That is it.
We be chewa there. We be share obi ama when you new man munyam. What create opportunity be the amount. Then all of a sudden when your property be then people will think share honor and through corrupt means you know we dey just sad but they didn't just. So it comes back to the now Razak because how do we diffuse that?
That is the issue. That is the issue. And no na minim CDD ekwan so say lawyer ka so me very credible. Omo so be on baby.
In fact me busa on programs officer no pay say yeah omo you follow up questions edgy reasons in tia any pan what that perception I was say omo questions need too elaborated into no omo nya time and cut that part. Me busa no pay
because you know no more develop on that. So but I made okay say the can ana one thing say Razak ka say timi diffuse sa perception allegation so say Ghana so your idea bi na perception bi say obi ti asem bi a onhwehwe mu no wagina so all their can they go home bi fin ohene ba aye say oh me po ohene ba say to oh ndo betimi aye says na tem bia spread it but later be kom kwa na e den kwa ntisa
ani o hopa
ever asem ka say
me until recently na first me who oba wabona sum more than one
onim so nya papa
2 3 na me wo
perception bi say
who wo kwan foforo bi so
titi ama me titi o no
yes until recently say my papa and my we so short hair no o ma twetwa wo na like akrabia to my papa
life it doesn't mean say
no Carolina na me kwa sorry kwa master sha sumadi in fact the host go ba Ghana no asha sumadi ba ko pe ene dia kwaro ko sha sumadi it was na news kasi call me visiting US call na sorry yeah na kwa ya kana sha sumadi onum san onum cigarette tompe ma
onya hey
person
you see
but just wanted to look an Americano you know it was normal within his community
that
to wear one. But perception yes so for by year as a member me see me call a decent life will live or chrome hopa so perception I can so how do you because you see we are people who are going back to the literature to tell them say Wontumi ebio and the one something is put in their head by the other side also per be
no you free
so to two and more be never from say it is akra say president no ni baby nipa ni pursue na oyom no do masisi enti se obi ye bibia de na president here e che say ampa obo public press won buy those are the things that we have to see tell them use the special scapegoat the boy kura na share den no kresa but the perception is so overwhelming that you have to take a step no afraid ni pass minim say enti say but for purposes of political group nti me for nsin chen so next time we'll reconsider you and this is the engineer the political engineering the way me call financial one or GSK the political engineering so I say na amanipa science swati because a hard when no kure and you be kan na dan no kure you see abrochi kura kwa aka so nantwie at the end of the day na dan nantwie exactly and because we hear abrochi place we say na nantwie there so nebasa because we can't afford to lose a government that is doing well. Yeah. For a bad one. You know.
There's no alternative.
Baby.
Rich.
Him I said the maker said the lawyer there be sisu ni nyina say also nya scapegoat. Say aban no eti bibi no hu BBC a this person and I said this say even can check to cover the image of the government no kana aban no friend kokuam say nti yentwe ho san. Na timamfo no do nyina hu say na ekoso ya twe asan ti na omo a omo kika saa nsɛm na omo allege na omo perceive say no omo say na aban na ye enti afiri ho ana ba individual character so a lawyer wo ha say defamation ohene ba ye say enye no korɛ perception na me dey kana me say ni image me say ni bia I character of defamation ohene ba betimi assume the person from there no say saa de no koso a me sure say Ghana for ni be da won say asem bi wona say no krom na onko bi akire
enkoka
ese di kati enye na be ya be see there say dem say kwase binti
me kai Morgan Owusu
that is it
the legal coach say if you be wa paraku mo chiche paraku foforo
that is it
because say dun katia dia ana odne ko ana ma Morgan tu kwan no
that is it ko wi odibe mama ze sika onya ani no mo onya that is it enti duru ba bia ana want say ohimba fa bia nto nchen is MPP net no matter what NDC pekon be fa so me baba power so they will amass force on MPP ana say obi mpe wa asema no matter what you do opa na lawyer kai abroche ne kura ka obeka churu bi say o come so no kura na ntwi ombeka mo bia je to be na pa na ntwi na ada na ntwi by force iti ebesere enoma bi ho no ma maye mfa na am ka say me presidency me nko ho me ni abusuani bi ho no ana makwase bi ase no ya na sisi no maye by omo amen omo koyo omo survey koyo omo research no sisi na ekoso menim ade crop here se bi omo koyo survey na omo koyo research omo do omo sika sa mo ngina mfanya nti no mo gina so e dia yese ye koyo kutua sika na se sika corruption ho no dia I don't know but asa omo di nko mo ka de mo mo di gina so di hu se corruption of presidency
mebusa no anka
you see perception the amount for adwene you almost say anti conclusion of say amount for adwene you almost say
okay so you were 20 minutes yesterday this issue of perception na lawyer say utieti krom han especially from party people kra no omususu say eneme mo ayede kakra sa ban no aye unpopular kakra but if there should be a reshuffle we free hanko ha we nko ha we yenyina di no nko trafi ne fan pafo from ra ebetima ma ban no asa ya kono na ede energy fufuro bia be wura adwuma ahode omudi ye adwuma nim na enema aye kama kakra ebinim so no oppose that view no na no ka de Gabi or say as if say ye reshuffle e be fuel prices and ye see the no e be stabilize and now see you public sector reforms ekusibu abso hanum he that appears also agree to that cause for a reshuffle near the day but it is perceived say the amount for pen no amount for fees say yes I had na the awodin sunkun Kenya sunkun baba amamu no lawyer
medasi I am disappointed in Krovobi thinking part in our opportunity co-governance. Look, with the classical history and civilization, you see that reshuffling is also one of the strategies. We are talking about, say, I'm on my 2 point, money pounds, booming. Unless a person part in co-position. This is simple, it's common sense, that's how I call it. I can forward in so chair to my bone. Over judiciary, your major maybe more than 5 years. And there's reason. And then we decide your historic background, so be train office back, which are Wontumi so influential, so Wontumi deep on it. What do I say? These things are age time principles. And now, dear Mamu Asha Sana, were appointing ministers. Near my course, no be anyone complaining, Sana, saying, Bibi Nkoye. And they say, why don't you try reshuffling? Because in our political history, every president who is elected to office, you're reshuffling. And I won't try with someone no home share. That will be the and look, the fact that the government is unpopular has become so notorious. There's 2 chairmen and Krano. I have one typical example. And me assure says Makwaya, MPs will be better and there's something that we need to resolve. To me, there will be a back as a reshuffling a map petrol ball and cofono, Unim the Oka. And about my new phase of the government, people will come with new ideas. They will come and inherit the old ideas and bring new ones to bear. The Canadian, if he said, a mambo leadership to me, change. Historically, individuals changing the destiny of nation. Go to the Dubais and others. Even African countries, some individuals take over the reins of government. What you say? Accra Bay Assembly are working. Wasn't he an individual? Was he a president of Ghana? He took initiative, and it was working. And I made them feel say president now playing the cards on play reshuffling. And he say, why don't you try reshuffling so that it can change the image of the party and probably bring new ideas? What is so religious about reshuffling? Am I president also about reshuffle? And you can't reshuffle and can't say you'll be a per se. You can change the positions. You maintain them as ministers, but change their positioning. Will somebody be offended? And seriously speaking, I don't get it. And I don't get it because if the party is sinking and you are still adamant, now just say it's creating a problem. The party should be concerned because you're part in the whole government.
Yeah.
And the party brings the government to power. Now, party ni send the government a performance. Say kuya party energy and kuya party are worried. The party is worried. I've said here and elsewhere say complaints happen in free outside, the free inside.
Yeah.
See, the present state of complaints happen. If you are free outside, they are from inside. As I'm about to elusu, as I'm not going. What's the problem with Jessica? Is there an answer?
Was on the TNT.
Exactly.
But people, money laundering. The chase.
Look at all this. Is it not from inside? So, and Yamana ban the free inside. It is president, yes, no. On minimum. So I listening president because so far, before agitating or taking decision to me withdraw near the idea.
Yeah.
Where they are check Accra. And they say, and you know, catch the Amefasa, Wontumi, the Ura baby. And the president of Wontumi. 1 year on even a try. There's no harm in trying. No one has said, emphasis and be ma. Na mambu no more. So, now, Crophobia mobile too powerful in the government to me any portfolio. No. One problem, baby, and from share. Some crying near Mumino. I think that is, there are two things. So, one, those Acrophona women need designation behind some powerful. No. The party is not happy with it. Say national security in country and American, no, the party is not happy with it. And to who bibi, non sound reshuffle. Because you see, Wontumi tia by now obini position is not too powerful. No ministers bow to that person. It's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. They should do what is right. Say nipa no person man positioner. One man position you say papa the position is or competent. No one who's in the position. Now only position. Now the president are trying to know my orders there. Seriously speaking, bad for the image of the government and it should be stopped. Reshuffling so there. We feel say logically, historically, academically, and culturally, it's a practice that has been tried and tested. To be and say no, they change the price. It is tried and tested. Sebi, say we nipa na so you krona muni history. Wone sebi bushmeat yepe. And this is a philosophical statement. Every race that has no history and culture ceases to be a human race. That is why culture is so important. Your background, where you are coming from, is so crucial. And you can say reshuffling, we are not saying it in a vacuum. We are saying that there has been historic antecedents of reshuffling which has brought results. And the president in China, Minister of China, he said, Agric ministry so onyade or Agric ministry. A minister kokan our parliament no say inflation no Agric kwan be take even 1%. Meaning something is not going on right there. Immediately you look for somebody else, put him in Agric. In fact, be a Agric know how. Now the Agric minister to go baby. On also come professor and another information man. No prayer with Then somebody brings in new ideas. If he said, "Oh, see, bay boss," instead of concentrating on his work. Why not? What is the meaning of the bay boss? What for? At what point do we show our presidential ambition? Meaning, but is it not too early? What does it? Who nyanja so be different when we see billboards around the country. And who here say who here say be ma bra. Na mpacho anye bia wo ye ayi na celebrity and I say wo ye
celebrity minister.
And I said then na person o kira wo people and me da ase. Me pe be foundation na agree de ye no ne yakodo. Wellington boot me ye nya billboards. Na onkro this man he's very disciplined. And lastly, discipline is very important. People go scot-free when they make mistakes. Found it, you know. And yeah, make I say maybe, sir, I presidential ambitions and started. I say Ubia could support to one person be only a suspended. No, Ubia non deputy ministers, majority leaders were going about declaring support for one party. Nobody spoke about it. One person, nobody spoke about it. This is indiscipline. It's too early. Yeah, boom, my support will be our baby ojina. Do what? My voice out.
The newly elected General Secretary Justin Frimpong just say he will crack the whip. Omumbe yes, especially elected officers. Omumbe yes, endorsement. No ne yemie kwan to na omuye yes animano.
Me the new Razak Asimo can say a crab mayo. Or yeah, or any holistically.
Trouble community fanyina.
And Justin can and can papa put the onion family will be intra both ways. It's a the third party have accounted intra always. Now, third strong force have become it will change the dynamics of all these aspirations. And to Omniana. They do want us to be say after they will be uncle for no be a campaign. Then all of us near GM Hogum. So, send a bear. You be to once and your mind see a bit Ninaka home. Ambitions in can affect the government decisions. No, come home. So, but Mumia Mumani, a boo, you are doing baby, a man better. Yeah, Muni, yeah, the old baby over 20. Hey, yes, a partner, among your partner first before the individual ambitions. Yes, MPP a MPP a big party.
Yeah.
You want Nibre and Muma ya akono na wo hono emra na yeto ababia na akobabia business community the elite utim se ni nice about MPP people can read them right and that is what they have to maintain. They shouldn't involve themselves in activities man krofaka say o krofo e kura say di omudiebo do ya nto mombium ba party
Razak
na kwamba Gabi o hwane ka chen say reshuffle nipa bewu
say enti petrusu
and hwane ka
nipa sungu
hwane ka chen say reshuffle nipa bewu
Razak
no so say reshuffle Emma Petro bo enkofo
stabilize the city no
you see one people like them like Gabi mu kasa say now you ask yourself say said na wunim ne ampase sa na otiana because an intellectual there ni kwanso okasa sao I don't think about boy changes coach need changes because he felt that at this particular moment he there media simbe si ba mu a obetima bo am team no modern boy there akonkan sa na you know nti Gabi ye ka chere no say reshuffle ni pon said economy ni ensesa no said economy ensesa no that is his thinking. I wish he didn't say that, but what can we? That is his thinking. Now, when the car said 2016, Ghana for and to Obama Gabi Wafa, Kagana be when the car. You should understand.
So changes sometimes bring positive results.
Because Gabi Ejidi say, no for your president, you know, by far and the best in Ghana. Sana Gabi Ejidi. Then the man never for your president.
Obi free one obi buy.
Changes.
Wontumi 101.3 FM.
And today, people like Gabi, they shouldn't be speaking like this. Anyway, before 2016, Gabi no reduce Shogana. Watch it, say no reduce Shogana. He changes. I'm not for bed, dear. Already, so she said, Wagala.
In him Belfort.
Only for. Hey.
In him Kumasi, in him Cape Coast, in him Accra, in him Tama.
Yes. People come and say.
Changes in a day, as I'm about, you know. Changes. Yeah, changes. You change, yeah, ma. No, for by a president. And the man on your radio station for. And I'm telling you, the radio station be our piano. Uloma, you will see, say, oh, quantifier, it will worth around $2 to $3 million. Changes. So they shouldn't be speaking like this to Ghanaians. They shouldn't be speaking this to Ghana for or Mufi say, or say, or more abai ABB. Emma or Mohotom. People like Gabi shouldn't be speaking like this. Because party, no, your party officials or more cry, no, it be a party officials. It be a or more funding fathers. It be a ordinary Ghanaians they feel that it be a finance minister mono mode. They feel that or might be a road minister or senka then go court. Of course of financial loss to the state. He took a decision without any justification. And that's a decision he reversed it strategically. Yes, he reversed it.
Wontumi 101.3 FM.
A Ghana for being say or might be a road minister son or senka. He didn't go to court. No prosecuting, he has caused a financial loss to the state.
101.3 FM.
It is how one more joins and I be a joins and say any agent. Gabi Munkwana Wajane. They shouldn't be speaking like this. Oh, yes, how the yaw and the Ebanipum. Oh, the yaw. Because he said this just immediately after national elections, party and internal elections. It was 1 more year, or my goodness, say, he changed the leadership of the party. No, why you do this? Who shall man for Bufu? And the cross police for show Kakada or demonstration. But no cross say or party phobia or much 19 so much Marco baby campaign party neither.
Oh, Munya for so no one.
Oh, Munya, there be a moment to miss 7 number unim the Yamutu Sonam Dasute. Men come home home dear, but say, because 5 youth organizers are only mom within this region. So,
Maybe, yeah.
Baby, yes, so I can't complain. And the Anya, remember who said road minister and one home. Some of whom. And then, last week, is it Monday or last week? Now, when you were free, your friend is saying,
yeah.
All complain, now, so you were free, Sabi Onyajene. Onto complaining. Gabi Mumun Shaman for you.
Wontumi 101.3 Nyaminsawo.
Mumun Shaman for you. Because there are some people and a party in free Abema Munluso here.
I've been saying this. Senipan Bibri or one more, no. I said they think they have gotten enough that can sustain them for decades.
Party in free
the party in co-position crying for
and she don't piano and omoye. And I think Gabi Nkofonibia. Because when you Nkofonibia, since me are working on country Ghana for one country party for. But any ironic, and young one said party wa bemu for close to 6-7 years. Yenye reshuffle any one. And young one. La no mess you say.
And any reshuffle so and yes, be a course of come. Ye pen
Ghana for complaining. La no mess in Cristiano Ronaldo say change you. Isn't it this done one day who's on Bobo? Money change you.
101.3
So when people are complaining, people like Gabi, they shouldn't be saying this.
Anyway, Rich,
Remember,
5 years now.
home. We didn't know na a man for Johnny Coach says some time back MPP Gina campaign platform. So I say we have the men. Now they do not have the men.
Say.
Now if we have the men, we have the men. Now 6 to 7 years. Wontumi nya reshuffle back Korana.
Men Corona na year juma
6 years no. There be not individual being so feel comfortable and proud and I am very, very worthy. no mo dictate ma Ghanaians abebi so mo kire omo ka Russia Ukraine war COVID-19 ya fa bi anto nchen Ghana ya sase ye dua bro no body ne menke ko fa free Russia and Ukraine by so to COVID-19 eka ya sase ye dua banche no body also ya great minister we good or the ideas be ba be our drone the concentration akwa presidential mission I don't know about charge akoko make it say them dey yin free so nko no yin focus on na pay obi fufuro be share honum have the energy sector dey case e board adwuma na say agrek na anka ho kira bakura no dia yasa e dem akwa to tasi ohin ba yem pa nche ne fa bruncha 3 days e be fifi e ka Russia Ukraine war ne COVID-19 anka duan de kin kwase ho kire planning for food and job ne
na say dia no ho nyedi
ohin ba fine e duan ho nyedi by yes omo modern say export wa keske ni omo ani
nene ka bibiri
Ukraine Russia war say Ukraine yes that amo dey flour from Kenya or say there say cocoa from Kenya it came to be export a product ni bi by minister adwi nyina kwa president billboard hwe before 2020 elections you confirm MDCs for by the one year the two abanu your money in free on which means that you want to progress, you want to win the 2024 election. In this man you reshuffling I didn't dey say na make say yema yesuba ewiase no be president of Ghana bibi no ye ton abeti akofom and dey say I didn't tense the attention to my 5 CD da president of Ghana bibi no ye wa abeti so akofom but also you obi the idea be ba it me say I didn't out on you are buying like you have value for money what you say it say na aben say no ye won paniphobia na say ni pebon ma nya nko na ba nya say ni ba kofo trimu nipa no ya adwuma na che ba bia ensaya bema say say betimi aka say hono ya clean na say we client dan complain match education energy because there were change of ministers and normal assistant aside these two sectors no I have na ya change bibi Adekrona eti other sectors near you said you can say ana yes our ministers near appointees be say road your aviation your transport you say ya chiche be but how do we see under this section and I said this sector ya kwan transportation issues or home state transport no ho get ho kwa ni nyina say na eko day in day out normal kosoro e was a sector how no am for complaining enti yanka say bia the one currency say na minister no bia onye good na say oni idea no maybe the ideas have been exhausted enti yempem from no so for fresh ideas mra also the bar betimi nkwan betimi abo be ma economy na say aman ni mutena as a nipa be hen ha o kakra na ekoye say na say 6 years 7 years 8 years na say enye enkofo bi said you be cast over chase don't know be free sector be maintain is no zoom game in home there we have the men MPP do not have the men but I know and I believe the other director say you to me your party or policy bet me abo man and MPP no other political party organ bet me abo Ghana there's no alternative party for MPP and you best say na do in pen form 9 form we shuffle dey ehia pa no mo yana mantu ne Ghana fa come and turn me because the idea the new person will bring no crabet me bia come at 20 yam ebeye I wish no ebeye na anya sana say ko one way side there me dem need say dem be one person break it o mo money na no money pa
yeah sorry
yo sorry there na
opani no so dey say John Bugri be chia no dana se pa
party election officer be
okay I'm very grateful to him.
Yes. Now, President, Asiti, na wuntie the Timamfo no eka. No rescue ni party from going to opposition.
That's it. Balak.
Oiwa.
Na FK where?
Oh, Nyamiado. No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oba kuma se da be.
On say omakwe most of them are new executives.
Yeah, they need to settle.
Also, almost settle orientation in one month. Gusto. Yeah, Wasa is PA. Era Oscar also on a Jumedi no T.
A channel. Yeah.
And our own Yakuma Wyclef. On Van Sendo.
Wyclef.
What I said.
What's this say? As quite professionals now.
As quite professional.
I'm here to make China. Echamako Bobby. Mawako Bobby.
Ambulance Moody and a manamra.
What the airbrand? I bet me can.
Ambulance Moody.
They say Oba boys and mammy.
Ope.
As a man can continue with such a Mawako Bobo.
Ambulance Moody and a manamra. Ambulance driver Ben Ujinidi. Na menenenka.
Message Mawako Bobo nibi.
Na menhwe kwan me fa so a yebetima arrange ambulance abaho no
there is this message mama we are party as my husband betima at the home come say a party in Achumangwa Bejan North chapter of NPP some time ago constituents lost same hope in the party leadership and we lost the entire Achumangwa Beja to Honorable Bampo of NDC. My question is history going to repeat itself and Asem Sebe.
Have they lost
our able regional national executive committee? A copy mu. Kwaku Mafia first vice chairperson of Achumangwa Bejan North. Now, on my appointment once and some issues be.
But there's a clear direction. The choir for say appointment and the appointment consensus executive and I said appointment. What is a clear direction?
Direction you say.
Nipa 10 now ya to musaba no. Mo na Wontumi, mo ne samo MP na mo no MP akọ. Decision be ya moto swaba.
MP this one primo moto swaba.
That mean
we make a specific request and as a demand say research officer no omonfa ma the former constituency secretary Olusu ye no. O man fa ma na on tiase.
On this to me no.
Sir.
O de be MP this to me no. MP this to me no. So on tiase my fa ono de nipa na
say appointment no man baako open research is what say nipa property a omomfa ma no
you lobby
so the research no kwa man na say bia e wo razak no de ma on tiase I just say nipa no party
you lobby it you can't impose it also tiase
say nipa ten no mutom so ba na 3 eyo mu meeting and a 7 as you
na majority 7 say tafo bisi tafo bisi 4 no any MP no one side and 6 so one side omoto aba na MP ni so on tiasa no sorry na omoto omaba na omoto take decision you have no control over it you have no control over it the MP has no control over it on for the candidate no omoto so aba
I don't think me busa say JFK hu ye no Razak muna mo ben no mon permanency from na amanfo pese omodini din creative problems were her. Kodia is not like that. Now what is going on there is say any pattern is say Mafo, Ralph and others were known to be Wontumi boys. Now Wontumi support JFK, JFK aba ombama na baho. They will have their way there. Like
they cannot have their way there. Then the party the constitution yes in the part 10 no aye to abama mo no plus MP samu obia Montenase na munya 11 na munya appointment na muntu so aba
if there is a disagreement muntu aba
so if there is a disagreement ere to aba and there is no confusion in it too. There is no confusion in this thing.
Okay.
Actually, wait, said JFK nim. Said you are a lawyer. That is clear. There is no way I order no be for this assumption. No. You to so abana enyu bi. MP ntimi kasa wa hijack card no. Wa hijack can say. He has no control over it. He has no control. No MP has any control over it.
Is it that Monday minister call parliament say JFK koi
okay
na MP na twa picture da kotom platform so mahunu say ono ne dia ne JFK
me hu ko bia na obo ye boni dia na omo boje so no omo yese ye die ne na mesre
na adai no mu yosre
na mesre true
uro mu nya anyi so mu die ni
na mesre say JFK obi adia That is true.
I feel them who be drinking.
That is true. But the beer make maka.
Razak.
You two about we are make us. Now there is a huge responsibility on us.
Of course.
Say you bring everybody on
board.
And just some obi aka ne do obi aye na de hu ele de hu. See ya jam. Nto obi a chimbe fa say ne de no. Obi a chimbe fa say de no. But atwuma ko dware mpo na maka say mesisa no. Na me campaign nti mani kumia me koda na atade ne hye me. Ana chairman ne JB
eba ho.
Ebra ho no. Nti mintimi sorry.
Fa atade
na me fa atade no. Am I disrespecting say? Me say me fancy obi a oni bibia mo. Davi na JB wura also oba be chia delegate. Na me so sorry me be chia na JF
atade so.
I think it's disrespectful.
Razak. Thank you. Nyame aduma enyumre no 9 talk